Wow, everything tastes so much better with the Thaiger mug. Oh, สวัสดีค่ะ. This is Natty, and you're watching Thailand News Update. In today's news, airports of Thailand is prepared to handle about 1 million passengers during Songkran festival. Thailand is looking to bring in more foreign laborers from neighboring countries. And Songkran fun with elephants. All that and more coming right up. Airports of Thailand is expecting about 1 million passengers, both domestic and international, to travel through its 6 airports during Songkran festival. The Thai New Year is tomorrow, but the holiday break will go until next Sunday. The AOT says the number of air travelers has increased since the government dropped the pre-travel PCR testing on April 1st. From April 1st to the 7th, nearly 900,000 passengers passed through Suvarnabhumi, Don Mueang, Phuket, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, and Hat Yai airports. The daily average of nearly 130,000 passengers was a jump from the daily average through the 7 airports of 107,000 recorded in March. Airport traffic from international passengers is up 39% from last month and up 14% from domestic travelers. In terms of flight numbers, international flights are up by 5%, while domestic flights are up by 15% compared to last month. According to the AOT, about 1 million passengers will use the 6 airports during the Songkran festival. But airlines and hotels warn that post-Songkran bookings are soft at this stage and continue to urge the government to relax arrival restrictions. The CCSA will meet on April 22nd to assess the COVID situation after the Songkran break and decide whether or not to remove the on-arrival PCR test and one-night stay at a prepaid SHA Plus hotel. Thailand is looking to bring in more laborers from neighboring countries with the help of recruitment agencies as the government seeks to employ an army of around 150,000 foreign workers to make up for the country's low percentage of people willing to do manual labor jobs. Since foreign laborers have largely deserted Thailand over the past 2 years, the labor shortage has now become critical. But Thailand's general public is worried about the potential spread of COVID from migrant workers, sparking a debate about immigration procedures. The Labor Ministry is attempting to solve the shortage in labor in 2 ways. The first is to use the Labor Memorandum of Understanding procedure to bring in people from 3 neighboring countries to work for Thai companies. The second is by allowing migrant workers who are currently in Thailand to stay and work legally. More than 2 million workers who have already arrived in Thailand can now apply for jobs and stay in Thailand rather than returning to their home countries, according to the Labor Ministry. Thailand employers have already used the MOU platform to apply to recruit nearly 168,000 workers, requesting approximately 117,000 people from Myanmar, 39,000 people from Cambodia, and 12,000 people from Laos. So far, nearly 145,000 of applicants have been approved, and around 6,000 workers from Cambodia and Laos have already entered Thailand.
Transferring money overseas? Sick and tired of the insane charges? Well, there's a new product to solve that problem. Try D-Money on your next international money transfer with the best rates and no added costs. Go to dmoney.com.
The BA.2 subvariant of Omicron will take over Thailand and become the new dominant strain of COVID, according to the Thai Medical Science Department. Last week, the department did a diagnosis of COVID-19 infections and discovered that the BA.2 subvariant accounted for 96% of reported cases, while the BA.1 subvariant accounted for a mere 4% of cases, according to the head of the department, Dr. Supakit Sirilak. He noted that new subvariants are being reported and tracked around the world. He also said that 2 vaccination shots probably aren't enough now, as a vaccine's efficacy will gradually fade over time. His advice to those who already have 2 vaccine doses was to get a booster of either AstraZeneca or Pfizer vaccines. The Thaiger recommends you seek advice from your doctor or qualified health professionals to make an informed decision about your vaccines. The ATK checkpoints at the entrance of Bangla Road, the party strip in Phuket, will be shut down from tonight onwards. That's according to the Patong Entertainment Association. The checkpoints have been operating since January this year to provide a veneer of additional safety for patrons to Phuket's most popular walking street. The checkpoints were operated with support from the association, the Patong Development Foundation, and other state and private departments. The association noted that it was now time to drop the entry tests, even though large crowds from overseas and inner province are heading to Phuket for Songkran festivities. A Thai man accidentally shot himself in the mouth and died while shooting birds over the weekend in northeast Thailand's Roi Et province. Investigating officers think the man was holding the gun's trigger and with his toes and used his mouth to check the cap gun's level of gunpowder. Police believe that the man has made a mistake and accidentally pulled the trigger with his toes. The man shot himself in the mouth and died instantly. The man and his wife were going out shooting birds when they stopped at a small hut so he could prefer his gun. 2 minutes later, his wife heard a single shot and rushed to find her husband dead. The man's body was initially taken by police for an autopsy and will be delivered back to the man's relatives for religious ceremonies. If you can't splash each other this Songkran, splash an elephant instead in Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai's Mae Sa Elephant Camp invites tourists to splash in the water with elephants during the Songkran holidays. The camp is open from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day, and admission is free. After facing hardships throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Mae Sa's elephants hope tourists will flock to visit them this Thai New Year. The elephants are ready to cool off in the water this Songkran holiday, with temperatures expected to reach highs of 38 degrees Celsius this week up north. The elephants' mahouts, their minders and trainers, are inviting tourists to splash in the water with the elephants, take photos, and learn more about Thailand's most beloved creatures at the camp, which has been open for 45 years. The camp encourages tourists to buy a basket of food to feed the elephants. They say it's been a very difficult time over the past 2 years without tourists or enough food to feed their elephants. A total of 22 elephants have died at the camp in the past 2 years. The CCSA has reported 19,982 new cases of COVID-19 with 101 new deaths. According to the latest reports, there are currently 237,399 in care and 28,057 released from care within the past 24 hours. And that wraps up the morning news for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up with all the latest news around Thailand. Also, you know the drill. Click on the boxes here to watch other interesting shows that we have lined up for you today. I'm Natty from the Thaiger. Sawadee ka. Oh, also, from the Thaiger shop.